currently starting. I'm currently studying a master's in art and ecology. So a lot of the work I make is around coastal erosion and waterways and flooding. So these are kind of the main things that I'm thinking about all of the time. This kind of spans from a bit of sculptural work with oyster shells and seaweed and chalk, so like materials from site. But the other part is kind of drawing and printmaking. So I kind of wanted to introduce into the zine workshop a bit of how you can use these drawings to come up with silly ideas about maybe the more serious stuff you're thinking about when you're making work. So sometimes I find it can become super refined when you're thinking about like theoretical or like topics that you don't really know how to get around. So for me, making a zine is a good way of kind of spouting out silly ideas. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's kind of more fun if they're really loose. So yeah, so I thought we would start by, I'm just going to share my screen and we're going to make a normal booklet zine. But if you don't want to do that, you could also kind of fold it up into like an accordion zine you can fold. So where... Okay, can you see this? Yeah, cool. I'll go back. Okay, so if you want to grab an A4, or you can do A3 if you have it, but A4 works fine. Grab a big piece of paper, and then these are the instructions you can follow. So you're going to fold it in half lengthways. Like so. And then in half, and in half again. Just so that you've got eight rectangles, basically. There we go. So I've got a little square. And then you can open it up again and fold in half to an A4 sheet. But your paper might be the same as mine. It needs a bit of refolding. And then if you've got scissors, I would use scissors. If not, you can always tear. Going from the folded edge to the middle, just cut in the middle along that crease. And then it up. So you should have a slit in the middle. And we're going to fold it down lengthways. And then this bit might be a bit confusing, but you have to pop out the middle and kind of push the two sides together to then make it into a book that folds like this. Okay. I can't see you, so let me know when you're done, or if you have any questions about how to do this.
Sorry, we were just 1 minute late, so I didn't hear quite the beginning bit. We've only got A4 paper, is that okay?
Oh yeah, A4 is fine. It will just be a bit smaller than this, but
Smaller.
it works.
Okay, cool. So we're basically folding it into 8 squares like this. Is that right?
Yeah.
Cool.
I've got a bit stuck on where I cut my slit.
I'll show you.
So how many times am I meant to fold it?
So you have your big piece of paper. Pretend mine isn't cut. You're going to fold it into the A4 like this.
And then just
to the middle.
Okay, thank you.
From the folded edge. Yeah.
Thanks, Izzy.
That's okay.
Would you mind sharing that diagram again, please, Izzy, on your share screen?
Yeah, can you not see it? That's weird.
No, we can't see it at the minute.
Oh, apologies. There we go. Can you see that now?
Yeah, we can see that. Thank you.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so I'm just going to move on. If you need me to go back to the instructions, I can go back. So today I kind of wanted to think about different water cycles that you might interact with, maybe in your everyday or like a body of water that you live near. So these were kind of just some ideas I was thinking about. So like it could be the ocean, it could be a river, it could be literally a puddle at the end of your driveway. But also if you're not living particularly close to bodies of water like this, it could be the water that's coming out of your shower in the morning or the taps, and kind of thinking about how you interact with these. So kind of to start with, you can do it on your front page, or you can start inside and come back to the front page if you'd like. Thinking about maybe one of these bodies of water and how you interact with it. So I'm kind of imagining in my head those old geography diagrams of the water cycle of like yourself, and there's the rain and where it might go. So you could do it in kind of like a diagram if you'd like, or you can just use, so for example, on these words, if I chose like the bath, I could literally just start with a quick drawing of the bath. It doesn't need to be super detailed. And then we can move on to think about other things about flood. I might leave this up just for the first bit, so you can use these words as a prompt for thinking about bodies of water. Let me know if anyone has any questions. And I'd really recommend like literally just go for the drawings, because it's quite fun to have loose drawings and then they can become something else if you add words afterwards.
Just to double check, Izzy, we're picking something from one of these words and we're drawing it on the front of our piece of paper. Is that correct?
Yeah, you're welcome to choose from this list, or if you have something else that you're thinking about, you can also go for one of those. So currently I am drawing a bath, as soon as that's the one I went for. And I think I've got a coloured pencil, you can use pen or highlighter if you've got that. And then I'm thinking about the bath as somewhere that's kind of a place of saturation, and there's a risk that it might overflow, so I'm going to kind of colour in loads of the background with blue, really rough. Okay, so here is mine. This is my bath. I'm just going to come off sharing screen now. So this is my bath. I was wondering if anyone else wants to share what body of water they're thinking about. Don't worry if you haven't finished. Oh, I can see a tap. That looks really good. Nice. Oh, what's that? Sorry, Tilly, I can't quite tell what yours is. Okay, we can't hear from Tilly. Does anyone else want to share? Oh, I can see some more. Oh, there's another bath and a pond.
Ah,
Nice.
sorry, I couldn't figure out how to unmute myself. I'm an old lady. it's water somehow like gets caught above the lintel of my door and then drips into a teeny tiny puddle. Like even if everything else is dry, I get like a little puddle just by my front door. So that's my guy.
Nice. I really like that. Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
next things up, you can open up or you can keep adding to the first page if you'd like to. I kind of wanted to think about what might happen if the room you're in right now starts to flood. Like there could be water running down the walls, or it starts coming through the door like Tilly's house, or it's coming up from the carpet. What kind of thing might you do? Are you grabbing the most important things in your room? Are you escaping? Are you trying to swim around your room? And then, whilst you're in this room that's flooding, what kind of things might you be able to use as tools to stop the flooding? So I think a lot about kind of futile tools or silly tools. So like what you might have a mop, you might have a hoover. So some of those prompt words I had before, you might have a dustpan and brush. How is that going to help you with getting rid of the flood or embracing the flood? Maybe you've got some goggles that you can use and it's actually fine that your room's flooding. So yeah, you can start thinking about those. Yeah.
Are we drawing the thing that we think would help us? Or are we drawing
Yeah.
the flood?
Yeah. So if you start flooding, what kind of things might help you? I've been thinking a lot. This is from a zine I've made before, but I've been thinking a lot about making some big wellies and thinking about these tools I need. So these are some I made before. So yeah, obviously this is collage, so feel free if you have extra paper, you could kind of cut out different shapes of the tool if you'd like to. Or if you don't have loads of different coloured paper or anything, you could do what I've done with these letters and basically just scribble the letters on and then cut them out, and then you can stick them into your zine. It just makes it a bit more fun, a bit more kind of texture to what you're making. Yeah, and also you could think about the tools you might make or things you might grab from your room. Maybe your little zine becomes an instruction booklet of how you're gonna stop the flood or the tool that you might use. Or maybe it's more about a story of you being in the room and getting out, or yeah, so you could think about those different things of whether this zine makes any sense at all or if every page is something different. I also have with me some walking magazines, which are quite handy because they have a lot of, well, for what I want to make my zine into, lots of blues and greens. So I think I'm going to look for some good images to add to the page. I've started doing like some squiggly lines of where the water's coming in.
Have to stick to the one page, Izzy, or can we kind of keep going through the little booklet that we've got?
Keep going freely. If you've done a page already and you want to keep going, go for it. Yeah, so kind of from this point on, you can expand into your other pages as quickly or slowly as you'd like to. I'll show you what I've done on my next 2 pages. So I'm not really sure how this happened, but now my bath has become a person with boots on. And I found this little bit in the magazine that says "Liberate me." So the bath wants to be set free, and it's starting to flood my room. Feel free, if you'd like to share what you've done so far, to just jump in. Oh, somebody's swimming. Nice.
I went for a little person dancing.
Why are they dancing? They're just dancing in the flood.
Yeah, just a little jive.
I did a drawing of my bedroom window because it says, if my room should start to flood, then my bedroom window should save me. And even though it's meant to be the night sky, it sort of looks like the body of water anyway, I guess.
I really like that. Yeah. I need to know are you going to be able to get out of that window?
Maybe not, but I kind of think I would want to take the window with me. It's also the thing I would want to save because I've always lived with this window and it's saved me so many a times as a little kid, so I would probably want to keep that window.
I love that. I wonder how are you going to get that window out of flood? Is the wall going to crumble as the floods keeps happening and you'll be able to just grab this window? I don't know.
Maybe, yeah. Or maybe my window can grow legs like your bath
Yeah.
and walk away.
And then, do you want to turn it around? Yeah. Sorry, it's blurring out. Hang on, let me there. 1 second. Oh,
I did some on with a water vacuum.
A water vacuum, I love that. Oh, that is great. Where are you with your water vacuum?
I think I'm gonna be in my bedroom.
In your bedroom.
I need to draw my bed somehow, but I can't find the pencil. Who's eating the pencil?
you just draw lots of Lego in your bedroom.
No,
Is all the Lego gonna be floating, maybe?
Ooh, you just gave me a good idea. I'm drawing our pirate bunk bed.
Oh, very cool. I'm thinking maybe your pirate bunk bed can become a ship, surely.
We're gonna put
Could come in handy, couldn't it?
Yeah, whenever we put the front on.
Oh yeah, we're still building it, aren't we?
Yeah.
Half pirate bunk bed at the moment.
Yeah, because all we've got is a mast and a parrot.
Nice.
2
At
parrots.
least you've got the parrot.
all sorted.
Which copies me all the time.
That's what parrots do. Right, I'm going to put you on mute, okay?
Okay.
I think so. I've added this bit of grass. I'm not sure what's going to happen. And then on the next page, I've added a bit of sea. So I think I'm going to cut a hole in this page because I really like thinking about how there are not that many boundaries between us and water and thinking about like porosity. So like holes. So I'm going to make a hole in my page. See what happens. Although I've got really big scissors, so that might be quite hard.
Are there any other prompts for us to consider, Izzy, or are we just sort of spiraling off from one idea to the next?
You're welcome to spiral, or if you'd like, I can pop those words back on. Yeah.
I don't mind. Just wondered if I meant to be saving room for anything at the end.
Don't save room, just go wherever the flood is taking you, I would say.
Okay, thank you.
This is my hole in the page. This is how it's turned out. I'm pretty happy with that. Would anyone else like to share how it's going? Whoa, Rachel, you look like you have a really big wave coming in. Is that you on the kitchen table, maybe? Yeah. I love it.
This is me holding my zine and my laptop.
The most important things in the room. I can't quite see what's on your zine. What are we looking at? Oh, I think you're muted. Sorry.
If anyone doesn't want to show what they're making as well, you're more than happy to put something in the chat if you wanted to write about what you've been thinking about or the themes that you're working with.
Have we got any more silly tools coming into the zines?
Mine's not really a tool, it's more an escape hatch. I thought a gravy boat could sail away in.
I love it.
I've got my cats in a bag for life there. Kind of pirate, I'm stealing the pirate idea. Could be good fun.
I love your gravy boat escape. Hannah, were you showing us yours? What does it say?
Is this safe to scoop? Because it's a electric kettle. Yeah, I was just a little zap maybe if I'm using that.
Yeah. So you're gonna get electrocuted in your flood as well.
Seems like it.
is it that inspired you to make this session about water/flooding, Izzy?
Well, it's something I think about a lot in my work, and thinking about if you live in an area that's subject to flooding or it's really saturated, like when you get loads of rain and the fields just kind of look like there's barely any grass in between all those puddles. I really love thinking about what it would be if we had to live in flood, if say like a future coastline floods loads of the land, what if we didn't move and we all just stayed living in the same houses? What would happen in that situation? Would we have to, well, me thinking about my big boots, would we have to wear big wellies all the time? And is that like the new fashion? Or maybe we all just end up going around in boats instead of cars because we have to. Yeah, I think when you're thinking about a more sustainable future, sometimes it can feel a bit overwhelming. So it's fun to think about these maybe silly, maybe futile ideas of what life could be like instead of kind of feeling a lot of doom and gloom. Yeah. And then, yeah, and I think it's fun to think about how household items like the vacuum might turn into a different use or a mop. So, yeah. I also think it's interesting when I was thinking about making these zines, thinking about waterproofs, and will all our clothes then become waterproofs? And is that really water resistant, or will end up a bit soggy in the end? Who knows? Oh wow, what are you showing me? This looks cool.
So he's got a cup on the front.
Yes. And then my bedroom and all the Lego blocks floating around in my parrot bunk bed.
Wow.
And then there's the window.
And then can't see. Wait, let's lift it up.
There's the window, which I officially jump out of.
You
everywhere.
jump out the window, nice.
Basically onto a balcony. And then the next page is me eating a gigantic cookie.
So it all worked out okay because you've got a cookie.
So I go downstairs and then I just eat a giant cookie.
Amazing.
Now I draw a sofa.
That looks great. I love how the story's evolving. Okay, I think mine's starting to become a story of the bath. So this is my first page. And then now I've got another version of the same bath with the boots. And now inspired by you guys, this is going to become a window and it's looking out to the sea where it really wants to go. I don't know how it's going to get there though. Maybe it'll become a jumping bath.
Instead of a jumping bath, you could just give it really long extending stilts to walk down out the window.
That is such a good idea. I love that idea. I'm stealing it. Here you go. This is the start of the really long stilts.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to explain this very well, but my flood, I was trying to make a collage and then I realised I didn't have any glue, so I can't glue my collage together. So that's kind of how the story became of my flood. So I cut out some pipes and then because I couldn't glue them, they fell apart, causing the leak. And I've decided that in my flood, I'd like to live in one of those like inflatable like fair things that you used to have at like fairgrounds. I don't know if that's a thing, like was a thing for anybody else. Like the blow up hamster balls.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna live in my flood. And this is my terrible attempt at drawing one of those.
Amazing.
And I think I'm gonna have a few things inside, like a pet hamster and a hairdryer, so that it can like jet me. Like the hairdryer.
What do you mean?
Like the hairdryer will be my like accelerator.
Oh, like
what engine?
Yeah, engine.
Yeah, that's the word. To move me across the flood to
how are you going to plug your hairdryer in?
No, it's powered by oh gosh, I gotta figure that one out. Yeah, I might have to get back to you about that one.
A water-powered hairdryer.
A water-powered hairdryer engine.
Nice.
To move.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's.
Where are you going to go in your movable home?
Surely it's powered by the hamster.
Tilly, you're a genius. Of
You're
course
the
it
genius.
is.
You said the hamster first.
Yes, he runs on his little wheel, and that powers the hairdryer to move us about our adventures through the flood. And we go and visit other people in their blow up hamster ball colonies. And we take shelter in bridges. Bridges now become roads, small bits of road. Yeah.
Nice. So I'm imagining now the hamster ball, like that's going to become a trend of how everyone's going to want to live. That's like the coolest way to live in flood. I love it. Does anyone else want to share where they might have got to? Oh, a water jacket. Rachel, that's gorgeous. Is that like cut out? Is that a collage as well?
Yeah, that's another collage. It's actually of like old ocean, and I thought it'd be fun to do a water jacket.
Oh, I really love it.
Bit of waterproof.
I've created a little storyline for mine. So this is my kitchen flooding. Those are all my loose floorboards, and I've got like a bucket, a mop, and a bunch of towels and a sponge. And then I thought that that wouldn't work, so it just carries on. And then I remember before my neighbors that live there now moved in, there was like this hoarder. And when they went in, they found like all these old like bread bags, and they were just full of sand because our area floods really badly. And then I just thought I can imagine this guy like building like his own little island of these bread bags full of just like sand.
I love it. Oh, this is amazing. I love these alternative sandbags as well that he just had in his house. Oh, it's genius. I love it. Is he gonna live there forever, I wonder?
I feel like he would,
Yeah.
but it wouldn't, like I've drawn all the fish around him because I feel like he wouldn't be very happy. Like,
alone on the sandbags.
the fish are having way more fun than him.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
free. He's trapped on Bread Island.
Bread Island. Maybe he's gonna start hoarding from other things that come in the water.
Well, I was thinking that it's like, there's gonna, if the whole world did flood, all our plastic is just gonna like be floating around. that maybe he'll just like create like bread bag continent.
Yeah, it just keeps growing and growing. He's
Just-
like, oh, I don't
yeah.
want that. I'm only looking for the bread bags. This is the only way I know how to build.
Yeah, I can imagine him like after a few years just desperately like, where are all the bread bags and the sand I need?
Yes.
Some
It's
sand bags.
amazing.
I've decided that the kettle that I thought would be a good scooper has become this like little evil character. I don't know if you can see, he's an
Yeah,
angry guy, and it's become a storm in my bedroom, and I've become a pirate,
I love it.
because someone said pirate and it went in my head.
That looks amazing. I wonder if you're going to beat this evil kettle. I love
Uh,
how it's taken over the whole weather of your room.
yeah, it's a very powerful kettle.
Oh yeah. I've copied one of your ideas, and I made a walking bathtub saying it's bird life.
It's bird life.
And then I'm gonna draw me like
I love it. I wonder where this bath is walking to then. Is it going to grow wings? Go up with the birds? That would be fun.
You reckon?
I mean, and here's me going like
Nice. Making that exact face. My bath is finding freedom out in the open water in the ocean.
I just had this idea that since there's so many pirates, what if all the pirates joined together and went to the bread bag colony and they start colonizing the bread bag colony off of this one guy? I don't know if anyone wants to make that happen. I just think, like, as humans, that's where we went to when the world wasn't flooded. So maybe when the world is flooded, we still are like, okay, let's colonize everything, and they take over the bread bag colony and all the pirates. I don't know what they're gonna do. They're just gonna take all the sand.
They're gonna join together.
Yeah, maybe.
I feel like the bread bag man is going to be under quite an attack from all of these pirates. I wonder if they're going to come with these tools as well, like the evil kettle and the vacuum and everything, and like the water jacket, and they're going to be invincible.
I've drawn a little diagram. We've got bread bag island here. This is the pirates. We've got the bathtub standing above the wall. Bathtub's not getting involved. He just wants freedom. We've got Maya in her little ball. She's very tiny. And then we've got Evil Kettle ominously looking over everything, thinking about world domination.
Yep. Oh, this is amazing. I'm really imagining the kettle taking over. Everybody thinks it's calm, and suddenly there's this huge storm, and everything gets rocked about again.
cultural references, Izzy? Like the only thing that keeps popping into my mind is the Kevin Costner film Waterworld. But is there
Oh, I
anything
don't
that you
know it.
can? Right, Waterworld. Just I'm sure a few people here would have seen it. This the post-apocalyptic kind of everything gets flooded and how society changes and develops around it. But is there anything that you kind of turn to in terms of helping you imagine these flooded worlds?
I think it's fun for me because I do this sculptural stuff as well. Thinking about how, yeah, we could use these like household tools or things we have, like the broom and everything, but also how you could make those out of like materials that are like abundant. So I do when I'm doing stuff with like seaweed, it's because it's not really used for loads of stuff. It just gets washed up and people don't like it because it smells. So thinking about how those objects and tools can be like silly but also use like a material that's just there. And like, for example, if it was flooded, maybe you would have all this seaweed at your front door, and like what kind of different things might you use that for? Yeah, and thinking about like, imagine if suddenly we had to start living by the tides. So you start not waking up by the sunrise and the sunset, but actually when it's low tide, oh, we can go out, we can go to the shops, we can like do our everyday things, and then when it's high tide again, like we've all got to get indoors. So kind of silly ideas of like what alternative futures might be, whether that be like sustainable or something that like little acts we might add in. So kind of thinking about like the bread bag sandbags. Maybe we do all just have to start making our own sandbags to like save the home that we're living in or the places that we're going. Yeah. So kind of just let your imagination just like be completely flooded and see where you go. And I think that's the thing about like the ocean and underwater, like you don't really know that much about what's going on there, and that vastness really helps you just kind of escape into all sorts of maybe unrealistic things, but like more fun ways of living, perhaps. So this hasn't developed very much, but this is my bath. This is how it goes through the window. And then now I'm on to my final page. So I think the pirates are going to have to come in now, seeing as they've had such an influence on the workshop. I would love to know if anyone else is making zines about an area that is going to flood, or if it's mostly about being in your house. If anyone else wants to share what body of water they've been thinking about.
Mine is like kind of a cycle of a story. So it starts off with my flooding bath, and then I have obviously my window that saves me. And there's me saved by the moon from my window. And then I take the brightest star in the sky and I reach up onto it to pull me out of my bedroom. And I use it as a surfboard to ride the choppy waves with my choppy hair from when I was a little girl. And then instead of thinking that everything is doomed and the world is flooded, I surf back into the bath and I turn the tap off.
Oh, I love that.
And so it's like a happy ending to my story because I have a fear of the water and I would not like it if we all flooded.
Yeah, yeah. I love that it's just as simple as, oh, just turn the tap off.
Turn the tap
It's
off,
fine.
yeah.
Yeah. And also love how you've just like gone up into the moon. And the moon's causing all of these tides and the wave that you're surfing on. And then it's just landed you straight back where you started.
Yeah, because the moon it does that, doesn't it? The moon causes all the waves we have in the ocean, and the whole ocean is a reflection of the sky. And
Yeah.
so I thought they're kind of intertwined. I can't really leave them out. And then I can just use the sky to get back to the water and turn off the tap.
Yeah. I almost feel like before you started, the moon was looking down on you, like, oh, she doesn't know yet, but I'm gonna take her on this huge ride on these waves.
Yeah.
Have a great time. Thanks for sharing. I also think if you're stuck or you're kind of finished, it's fun to add in like different words to do with like the sounds of water. So I'm adding in squelch because I just think it's such a great word. But maybe if you're walking along, you're squelching, or maybe there's like a swoosh as you're going to add into your drawings or whatever you've made.
Can I show you mine? Because I've finished now.
Yeah, sure.
So first, it's got a picture of like a metal tin with some water and then the word water.
Nice.
And then on the next page, it's me in my bedroom. Everything's flooding. The shelf with Amos's special word mech is falling, and I'm hoovering all the water up, but the hoover's got filled up. Then this is me eating a giant cookie whilst it's flooding. And then there's the sofa.
Oh no, not the sofa.
And then the next page is me seeing the bathtub, the walking bathtub from your story saying it's bird life.
Why does it say it's bird life?
I have no idea. and then the last bit is me going up the stairs into my room with my cat, and the cat has gigantic stilts. And then you jump out the window.
Amazing. I'm glad you've taken the cat with you.
Yeah, because he's cute.
Yeah, you can't live without the cat.
I want to write the end now. Where's the pencil?
That's a great story. I'm trying to make my last page look better. I tried to make this into a pirate hat for my bath, but it's not really working. So I'm not sure what this page is missing just yet. Okay, we just have a couple minutes left. Does anyone else want to share theirs before we run out of time?
I kind of did the opposite. So I did making a flood on purpose. So so I have a pot in my garden that I always fill up for the ducks, but I overfilled it, so it spilt. And then I thought I had to clean it up because that's what you're supposed to do. But then the sun came out and dried it up. But then when the ducks came, they liked splashing around in the spilt water, and they were like quacking for more in their pot. And then it got out of hand, and everything started to float away. And then another duck came, and then they had baby ducks, and then the whole place turned into a lake.
Oh, I love it. I love how you went for the flood is a good thing as well. Like it's okay for it to spill over, and something wonderful will happen anyway. I think that's really gorgeous.
Hello. So I was very confused in the beginning what is the task, but that's okay. So I just went with something. Also, this is my first time here. She's actually doing it. So I did a bath because there was water. I did my friend holding a book, posing, which has nothing to do with it. And then a bookworm coming out from the book. And then there is pain of holding on the thing. And then what ties it together is the person floating on the book. And there's a fish.
That's incredible. Your drawings are so cool as well. I love that person spread across the 2 pages. That looks amazing. Okay, well, to finish off, I'll show you the last of mine. It's not my favourite zine I've ever made, but here we go again with the bath. And then I've added these fun little flaps here with the big boots saying, "Liberate me." And then here it is with the grass trying to go out the window. And then on its big stilts of freedom. And here it says, "Submerge." And then on the last page, it's happy, it's squelching around, and it's got its pirate hat on. So that is the end of my zine. If anyone wants to share, feel free. I hope everybody's enjoyed making something a bit silly about flooding and thinking about, yeah, what a future could be, even if it might seem a bit scary. Nice. Thank you everyone for joining as well. And feel free to share pictures of your zines afterwards if you'd like to.
Thank you, Izzy. Amazing workshop.
Thank you.
Thanks, Izzy.
Thank you.
Thank you, Izzy.
And also
Thank you. I enjoyed it so much.
Yeah,
it's really fun.
on it.
Bye.